Please tell me this works. I think we could do better. Oh, give me hope, bugger. Oh, Christ. Not on Easter, bitch. Don't be using Christ's name like that. Sorry, Christ. I don't really know Christ like that. I don't think he'll mind. We're not really friends. I don't know if this is better or worse. I have no fucking idea. Unfortunately, I have one of those porches that it just doesn't fucking work with. Is this fine, guys? Like, I don't know. I said, let me hit this really quick. I need to calm the fuck down. And I even kept this shitty lighting, so sorry about that. Okay, I'm the warmest here, so executive decision, this is gonna have to work. I apologize for the lighting. It's going to change because I can't control the sun. Welcome to Awaken, an educational, high vibrational, mystical, spiritual show. I'm your host, Danny, and it's another smoke with me. And guys, we have to get real today. We have to get really fucking honest. I want to start by just letting everyone know, don't worry, I'm good, I'm fine. I'm doing much better, thank you. No, I want to start by saying, I heard that everybody is like going through it right now. I'm gonna bring you guys a little closer. Come here. Yeah, I just picked up my whole tripod. I'm gonna start by saying, I heard that everyone's like not fucking doing okay. So are you guys okay? I wanna check in with you guys. I really want you all to be okay. If you're going through it right now, I have it in good faith. I've heard from multiple people who are really into astrology. Shout out to my friend Kaylee if you're watching this. I was watching her story the other day and she explained it really well. There is some shit going on. I'm not gonna repeat it to you because one, I really don't remember what she said. Two, I do have a question though. Bestie, where the fuck was the collective consciousness from November through March when I was really depressed and going through it? Because I feel like I was by myself and everybody was like, I'm living my best life, I'm creating a new me, I'm thriving, everything is changing for the better. I was in the pits, bitch. This episode, we just start smoking randomly. Called the collective consciousness, right? I felt like I was the solo consciousness. I felt like I was the only person who was fucking depressed the past few months. Aside from my husband, shout out to you, Zay, we are both depressed. That being said, you guys, I want you to know, like, you are not alone, so please don't give up. Please know that it's just a phase. We all go through them, and it's probably not your first, and it's definitely not going to be your last. I'm very sorry. That's why we're on the spiritual journey, right? Because through having, like, faith in something, through having something to fall back on, it just kind of makes the hard times a little less hard, or at least it gives you something to look forward to. It gives you hope, knowing that like it will get better, these times will pass, and there are things that you can do until then. I think that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. It's so funny because when we're going through times like this, like it's all about going back to the basics, you know what I mean? So I was looking back through like my old journals and stuff. The type of affirmations I used to say when I was thriving and at my best, like emotionally, mentally, physically, everything, they are so much different than the affirmations that I have. So I'm going to give you I'm literally going to quote an affirmation from my journal this is from 2020. And then I'm going to give you an affirmation from this morning. Okay. Just look at the difference. And so this is before I like was really depressed, because you know when you first figure out spirituality and all of a sudden you're like, you have all this hope and you have all this light and everything makes sense, and that can last for like a really long time. That's amazing. I love that. I was in that for a very long time, and then as soon as I was out of it, I was like, yeah. Okay, so here's an example of an affirmation from 2020. I am made from the same materials as the stars in the sky, the blueness of the ocean, and the universe itself. Bitch, that was colorful, that was beautiful, that was poetic, it was everything. This morning's affirmation, just one. I used to write like 52 every morning. Why 52? That's just how many I ended up writing on this one page. All that I could fit was 52. So then that's what I rewrote every single day. Mental illness, love. Mental illness. Today's affirmation, I'm funny and calm. That's what I needed. That's all I could fucking handle. And honestly, that's a more complex affirmation than you realize. It does a lot for me. So the first half of it, I'm funny, that is something that, you know, my husband has like, he just likes that I'm funny or whatever. We like have this thing about on certain days, one of us is the funny one because we're both like pretty funny. But I've been having like some pretty funny days. So like I'm trying to lean into like good qualities about myself, right? So I'm like, I'm funny. That's one. There's a fucking wasp nest that I just saw literally in my neighbors who are the landlords. Literally right on their little porch thing, so I just freaked out a little bit. See, the calm part, the second part of that affirmation, I'm funny and calm. The calm is because I'm actually trying to cultivate more calmness. So when I throw it in there with something that I already believe about myself, it just kind of helps like make it more real. A fun little tip for you. I think that's the best part about having all of these tools in your toolbox. But that's the best part, because when you're able to like really be all that, you know, eccentric, I am made of the same materials as the stars in the sky, like eat it up, bitch, please. But when you're not, you can go back to the basics and use stuff like I'm funny and calm. And it honestly does more. Just trying to remember throughout the day, like trying to cultivate that within myself. It's just, you know, sometimes you just need baby steps. While we're on the subject of baby steps, that's what I kind of wanted to get into. So Source has given me some lessons throughout this last little depressive episode, some things that I have learned about like when I'm not feeling my best, like how can I help myself feel better basically, or how can I get through whatever I'm going through with more ease, more comfort, more hope, maybe in a more healthy way. I just want to feel better. You know, if I have to feel like shit, I don't want to feel like the shittiest shit, you know what I mean? You've got to change something, babe. You've got to switch it up. Even one little thing, you guys. Even switching up one small thing. Honestly, that's probably all you're going to be able to handle. If you're like me, or if you're just depressed.
If you're like me and depressed.
I am not affirming that about myself. That was a joke, universe. That was a fucking joke. I'm thriving. Change one small thing at a time, though. Whether it's in your, like, sometimes we just need to go for a fucking walk, you know what I mean? Sometimes you need to get outside more. Sometimes you need to socialize more. Sometimes you actually need to sleep more. Like, just figure out what the fuck you gotta do, but start taking one step in that direction. Maybe you want to even, like, make a change, start reading more books, dive into something, learn something new. I think also sometimes we become stagnant, and that can cause depression like no one's business, bitch. Like, I never want to become stagnant, and I feel like that's kind of what was happening. I don't think I was becoming there. I think I had like a fear that that's what was happening. But I have just so much exciting news coming up, but I literally can share it next week, guys. Next week, one more week, and then I can talk about it. Ever since I have this exciting news though, like I finally have like so much more to look forward to, and I feel like there was a time period where I didn't have a lot of stuff that I was looking forward to, and I also had a lot of stuff that I didn't feel like super confident in or super in control in. Especially like for me, like control's a big thing. Okay, the bangs, guys, don't pay attention to them, they're dirty, I need to wash my hair. Control's a big thing for me. That's why I like care so fucking much about how everything looks. But this is probably the biggest one. Try to remind yourself life does not actually suck, you guys. When we're depressed or in a state of depression, right, it feels like everything sucks. Everything feels like it's horrible. No one loves you. It's life or death. Your whole life is like a sham. Why would you even keep trying? Like, it feels very lonely, and it feels very extreme. It feels like everything is through like a negative or like a gray view, you know what I mean? It really warps your perception of reality into something very negative, and a lot of times it like affects your self-worth and affects just the way that you see your life, other people around you, how you think that they see you. So just try to remember, like, bitch, if you're depressed, your brain is lying to you. Your brain is lying to you, and a lot of those thoughts are not even yours. So try to remember life does not actually suck, because you have had moments where you have felt the joy, you know what I mean? Especially if you're watching this channel, like, you know what we're talking about. You have had those moments, those highs where you're like, this is why life is worth living. Like, damn. Or sometimes you just FaceTime your friend after not having human connection for a few days, and you're like, oh my god, all we need is like love, laughter, and acceptance, and someone to talk to. Just try to keep in mind that your brain is lying to you, and life does not actually suck, and sorry puppy, kick the tripod, scared the little dog. Your life more than likely does not actually suck. You're just seeing it from like a horrible lens. You're judging it, you're perceiving it. That's what I'm trying to say. You're perceiving it in a negative light, but that's not really the truth, most likely. And lastly, find something to laugh at, you guys. Like, that's gonna make this process a lot easier. Now, am I biased? Yes, because laughing is like my favorite feeling ever. I'm obsessed with it. Water break, I guess, because I just started drinking. Laughter is everything to me. Ooh, did you hear the echo? Laughter is everything to me. It's the best medicine. It's a really good medicine. You should still be vaccinated. Find a funny show. Call a funny friend. Do a funny accent. But don't be racist. Seriously. I actually want to end this with a little note. Smoke responsibly. I know I always say stay high. Bitch, don't be high if it makes you feel worse and sluggish and more depressed or spiral or not make you feel good. Smoke responsibly. I don't want you guys to ever feel like I'm pressuring you, like you need to be high as shit all the time. This is about, like, guys, we're decompressing, we're laughing, we're having fun together, but like, time and place, you know yourself, you know your body. I take breaks. Kelsey takes breaks. She's the other, I know she's not on YouTube all the time with us, but go through the other videos, you'll see her. She takes breaks. She's also pregnant right now, so that's a long break. That's a long 9-month break, honey. Ooh, her tolerance. I'm kind of jealous. I'm not going to take like a long tolerance break. I'm going to Paris soon. Then I will take a tolerance break because I don't want to like get in trouble. I don't know how like the laws work and all that. But me and tolerance breaks, it just does like, it doesn't sound like fun. It does not sound fun. If you're going through it, just know it will get better. It's not your fault. Everything's gonna be fine. Life does not actually suck. Try to laugh a little bit more. And stay high, bitch.